Hello, you guys. I am so excited to be here with you today. I have a very special message. It came from one of my Instagram followers, and she is feeling in the last several relationships that she's been in like she is not valued, and she wants to know how to stop that pattern. I'm Jodi, a transformational life coach. My company is Enlightenya, and that's exactly what I help you do. I help you to break free of the things that are stuck in your life, where you feel like you aren't moving forward, and help you to create the best life that you can have. You are a creator, and I want to help you unleash that creative ability in you. So let's do this together, shall we? Okay, so I'm just going to start by reading the actual message that the person sent to me about not feeling valued. So just listen to this message, okay? It says, Jodi, do you think that you can make a video about why men never seem to value me? It always starts off well, and after a few months, I start to feel like a doormat, and I no longer really feel wanted, sought after, or adored anymore. Okay, so there are several things that I noticed in her message, and I did talk to her a little bit about what was going on with her, okay, and where she was in her life and all of that, just so I could get a better understanding. But the one thing that I noticed she says in this is, men never seem to value me, okay? Never seem to value me. So this is a repeating pattern in her life that she is noticing. And I'm so glad that she asked it, because sometimes those patterns are very, very hard to see. If you're not sure if you're being valued in a relationship or not, how do you recognize the pattern? Here are the things that I want you to look for. Number one is breadcrumbing. So what exactly is breadcrumbing? Breadcrumbing is when you're sending messages via text message or phone calls, or even when you're together and the person just is not engaging with you. They give you 1 to 2 answers. Yes, no, I don't know. You know, you ask them a question, they go, I don't really know how I feel about that. Or they're just not engaging with you. They no longer are showing you as much interest as they used to. That is breadcrumbing. You never deserve the crumbs from somebody's table. And the reason that you allow it is because of reason number 2. And number 2 is convenience texting. They text you when it's the most convenient time for them. Okay? They send you messages when it's the middle of the night and everybody else is asleep. Or they're completely bored and it's like, what am I going to do? Oh, I know. I'll text Jodi now. I have nothing else going on in my life. Now, friends can do this, okay? This is normal friend behavior in my opinion. But when you're in a relationship with someone, or you're developing a relationship with someone, this kind of convenience texting is actually pretty bad for you to accept. Now, the reason that the breadcrumbing continues to happen, because you have this great conversation with this person during their convenience texting time, and it makes you feel really good. And you think, okay, well, they wanted to talk to me, and you're so excited about talking to them, and that's perfectly normal. Now, I'm not saying if these things happen once every now and then, but when this type of behavior has been going on for several weeks, and you see a pattern of this happening all the time, it's time for you to realize that maybe you're not valued in the way that you think that you're valued. Another way is if a person shows reverence for you. You may think that someone really, really likes you, and that they would always protect you, or protect your heart, protect your person, protect who you are as a person. But if they really, really have reverence for you, they will defend you in your honor in some way, whether it's a story that you're telling about work or your friends or whatever. They will offer you advice and make you feel good about yourself. Or they will defend you in front of other people, okay? If someone says, what is her problem? Why is she having such a bad day today? Then he could say, she's had a kind of a rough week, or she's going through a lot. The person that you're with will automatically defend you in some way because they have reverence for you. If they don't do that, they do not value you, okay? And they may say that they do, or maybe their character just isn't strong enough to be able to stand up for you, either way, is that someone that you want to be with? Like, that's not really valuing you in the way that you want. And the fourth one, which is clearly something that really gets under my particular skin, and this usually happens much later on in a relationship, are the disempowering statements. There are things like, you always, whatever it is, blank. You should do this, blank. And they're not positive, they're negative. Even something that could seem like a very positive thing, like if someone says to you, you're always so sure of yourself, but they don't say it positively. It's like, you're always so sure of yourself, aren't you? And you start noticing things like that. And people will say things to you like, and it's disempowering when they say, you don't need anyone. And it's not a positive thing that they're saying. It's not great. It's not like, you're so independent and I'm so lucky to know you because you're so, sure of yourself. It's not an empowering thing. It's very disempowering. And the final kicker for a disempowering statement is when you finally end the relationship and you're ending it and you're in the middle of ending it and they say something like, I really hope that you can get over this. Yeah, that one is just no good at all whatsoever, okay? Then you know that you have made the right decision by ending the relationship, because if someone values you, even if they're ending the relationship, they're also going to feel the hurt of it, okay? It's not just a one-sided thing. Maybe it's relief, maybe it's whatever, but it's not like, I really hope you get over me. So the reason that this is happening is because of two reasons. And the first reason is something that only you have control over. And that is that you do not value yourself. You must detach from relationships in a way that you take your identity of who you are as a person and the value that you have inside of yourself and detach it from the value that they place upon you. How do I explain that better? Okay, detaching is removing your own personal identity, meaning that when you think about how fulfilled you are because of this person, or how fulfilled you'll be from being in that relationship, that is putting your identity into a relationship. And your identity should be very strong and very secure all by itself. Your identity is good all alone. You do not need that relationship in order to feel good, better, special in your life. That is what detaching is. It's not a detachment of heart. It is a detachment of identity, needing to be fulfilled in another way. So basically what it is saying, I don't really value myself unless you value me. That you want to seek that value from another person. Now that doesn't mean that you shouldn't want to feel wanted. Feeling wanted is something that everybody wants. You don't want to be this mediocre person in someone's life. So I understand when the person wrote that I no longer feel wanted, that I no longer feel sought after. That's not a good feeling. Now, you can feel wanted in a relationship the whole time because there's an equal give and take for both of you. You show value of yourself when you accept that by yourself and completely alone, you are good. You do not need that person in order to fulfill you. Now, does that mean that you're not going to get excited when someone texts you in the middle of the night, or that you can really, really like someone? Yes, it does. But when you truly value yourself, you understand that there needs to be an equal match of effort. Effort is very sexy. Effort in action is extremely beautiful. So their efforts need to match your efforts. Your efforts need to match. People are often asking me, or it's a question that I have with my girlfriends. Why is it that these really like bitchy, horrible women end up with the guys that they want? And the reason is as simple as this. They are bitchy in a way that makes the guy chase them all the time. I don't want you to be that. You do not need to be bitchy. Most of the time those girls are very insecure and things do not last. They do not last with them. Maybe it'll go on for years. It can go on for 12 years of this person being in a toxic relationship with someone because they like that energy, the draw. That doesn't give you permission to be that way. You're here seeking a very high quality relationship, so you don't want to be in a toxic one. Which brings me to number 2 as to why that this happens is because the person whom you are in a relationship with doesn't also value themselves. And so they don't really resonate with all of the liking that you're giving to them. And therefore it repels them. They repel it. And they start thinking that something may be wrong with you because you care so much about them. And it's very subconscious. It's not like they're thinking that. In fact, their egos are probably saying, of course, they like me. But this all comes down to you need to value yourself more, and you need to choose men that also value themselves, and the efforts that you make must match their effort. It is where action and effort meet action and effort. So where their effort is, you match that effort, okay? If they aren't texting you like they were before, and you can talk to them about this, and I highly recommend you talking to them about it. But if the efforts aren't matching, and you say, hey, what's going on? And they go, look, I'm really sorry. I'm really busy at work right now. Then just lay off. Give them a few weeks. If the effort doesn't come back, it doesn't come back. You let it go. When you have full value in yourself, you realize that that person wasn't for you, that they don't value you in the way that you deserve. They don't value you now. They're not going to value you more later. Let it go. Step back. Realize that the reciprocation needs to be equal. Equal reciprocation. Both of you are giving and taking, giving and taking, giving and taking. That is where the value is. If one person is overly bored and the other person isn't, there's a problem there, and recognize that as a problem. I really hope that this helps you understand how you got into these relationships where you didn't feel valued, and also how to no longer accept that for yourself, for your life. You are the creator of your world. And the best thing that I can say about you as a creator is that you no longer have to accept the things that happened to you in your past. You don't have to completely heal from all of that. You don't have to do anything. That really all you have to do is say, you know what, from this point on, the life that I'm creating is different. The life that I created is behind me now, and I am living in that now. I understand, but the future life that I'm going to create is no longer in that place. I, from now on, choose to value myself in relationships, and I will match the effort and the action that the other person takes. I will match their effort. Effort is beautiful. Effort is sexy. As long as you're getting that, you're good. You are golden. And when that starts to slow down, figure out why. Are you really putting in too much effort or not? So I hope that this message resonates. I've had a ton of technical difficulties. I've had to stop shooting like 8 times because my camera just shuts off and fell off the tripod onto the ground. I mean, I can't even tell you how many times that things have gone wrong. So thank you for sticking with me. There's going to be a lot of edits in this, I know. But I love you guys. Thanks so much. Bye.